So how have you been though? How's work?
Now,
How are the gigs?
for me, work is okay. Actually, I haven't been gigging as much. I only played. Is that last time actually that we actually talked about
Mm-hmm.
it? That was the last time I played. And then a strange thing on Thursday. Thursday, I met with Lendros actually. Met with
Mm-hmm.
Lendros on Thursday, but that was like later in the evening after my class. Yeah, because our t-shirts, I think we'll get them sometime maybe next week or so. Because on Thursday it didn't have electricity at all, like the entire day, so he
Mm-hmm.
wasn't able to get them printed. But earlier, in the day before my class, I saw Zulu Boy. He
Oh,
was yeah, yeah, he
oh,
was
that's amazing.
yeah, but I couldn't go and say hello to him because he was with his wife and child. So I didn't
Mm.
want to be that guy. Because they're just out with was out with the family. I didn't want to have to go and do that. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
5 minutes earlier, 5 or 10 minutes later, sorry, after I saw him, I saw Stogie as well.
But
Um,
Sumwena, not you coming to Joburg and just living my best dream life.
I'm serious. I saw Stogie.
I don't like you right now. I really don't like you right now.
I saw him and actually went up to him just to say hello, and I told him about us.
Mm-hmm.
And he said I should send him a DM on Instagram. I'm still waiting for his reply. I don't know if he will respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he does. But yeah, still waiting
Yeah.
for his response, and hopefully it's going to be a positive one.
That's so nice. It's so nice that she lets, when they say a person is just doing what they're enjoying and things just work out, I feel
Yeah,
like this just do that like at the moment. You're just here for your lessons and stuff. You miss like you working during the weekend, right? Then
yeah,
during the weekdays, also doing your lessons. Then after that, you get to meet and communicate with people that you really not necessarily just look up to, but then you enjoy their work, you know?
yeah. It's just a crazy time, man. It's a really
Yeah.
crazy time, and I think it's one of those things that happen where God is just showing me
Yeah.
where we are supposed to be, like the spaces that we're supposed to be in. If it was any other time besides doing this, before this, I don't think any of this would be happening. Actually, it wouldn't be
Mm.
happening the way that it happens. But now that we're here, actually doing this, it's just a message to say this is where you're going. And at some point, I'm going to come across these guys again, and it won't be I won't be a stranger. It will
Yeah.
be like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I won't be a stranger. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that time, but I'm also enjoying where we are right now in
Mm.
building this thing, uh, properly building like the foundations and everything. Because I
Yeah.
feel like I don't want us to rush into stuff. I don't want us to rush into anything
Yeah.
because with Stogie, it could be easier for us to actually get him if I
Yeah.
speak to speaker. Um, because you did actually watch that episode last week, right? Unfortunately, you weren't able
Guys,
to join us.
you, I'm still not okay, but you know what? I mean, I'm so resigned, guys. Actually, I'm just resigned because really, like I feel like also the flow of everything, man. It's just DK is a great guy.
Yeah, he
Just
is.
outside of the music, also the communication. It's
Yeah,
amazing, man. It's
yeah,
amazing.
he's an amazing dude because like today was actually a crazy day. We're actually supposed to speak to him today.
Yeah.
But with the load shedding and everything that is just going on, it's just one thing after another. But we will
Yeah.
definitely have a part two with him, and I'm looking forward to that. And he's ready for it. It's just a matter of
Same. Yeah.
getting the right time to speak because with speaker he actually speaks like he actually talks
Yeah.
and he goes into detail with everything that he says.
Mm.
So we need a bit of time. because right now we could have had him today, but I have load shedding in less than an hour, and that wouldn't be enough time for us to talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need to like budget maybe 2 hours, even though we won't use the entire 2 hours. But just budget the
Just
two
to give us
hours.
time.
Yeah, and then we'll be able to talk with him properly. But yeah, I mean, I could actually talk to Speaker
Mm.
to try and get Stogie for us, but I don't want to do it that way. I want the communication to come directly
Natural. Yeah.
between us and Stogie, and actually everybody else that we speak to. I want the communication to come between us, because it's more than just getting the person to be here. Our conversations actually start from that point where we initially make contact, and that
Yeah.
basically is the build up to what we have when we eventually have the
Yeah.
interview, when we have the conversations and we start recording. And
Yeah.
I like it that way. I like it that way.
And that's how they flow naturally. Like everything
Yeah,
is just happening the way it's supposed to happen.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Uh, yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see if Stogie responds. Hopefully he does.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. Anyway, I think it's time that we actually officially get started with today's
Yeah.
episode. You now have light, yeah, so we're able to see you.
Yeah.
So
Even
yeah,
borrowed
it's
lights, because as I said,
yeah,
we're living on borrowed electricity. Even
yeah,
borrowed lights, they're gonna take years in a few. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. You know, Gezo Konya Kulunyelo, so you just have to be grateful. I suppose you have to be grateful for what you get.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to another episode of the Oracles. I forgot actually the number, which episode this is. It's 30 something, episode 30 something. It was supposed to be a conversation that we have a speaker today, but unfortunately, as we've already explained, we need a bit of time with him. So it's just going to be us. But definitely, I think within the next 7 days, we will actually find some time
Yeah.
to speak with speaker. So you should expect part two of our conversation with speaker next week. And this time, Z will definitely be there with us because you can't miss this one. You first
I really
missed
can't.
Landros. You missed
Don't
Landros.
remind me. Please don't remind me. I'm not okay.
Yeah.
Please don't remind me.
I won't remind
Live a
you. I won't remind
scar.
you.
No, I'm still not great.
Yeah. You know, in getting started actually for today, I don't know if you've been on social media recently because I know that you took a bit of a hiatus for the last couple of months. But did you see that festival that is happening in December called Hey Neighbor?
I saw the prices on Instagram and I was like, I,
Yeah.
I'm not the target market. But
Nah.
I was just like,
But
"Hey, what do you mean? Also, I didn't see the entire lineup, so it could be Uguti. It's fine, because when
yeah,
at times the lineup speaks for itself, and you think of paying 3K or 4K or whatever, like actually it's worth it because I'm getting a lot from that. So I don't want to comment much on it because I haven't, because apparently it's like a weekend festival or a couple of
yeah,
days situation.
yeah.
It's
So
not
it's
just a
three
single
days.
day. So I think that will explain it because you're not
Yeah,
only just getting like an event for a day, you're getting it for a couple of days. And I saw that I think they created, I'm not sure if they did a day pass or is a
yeah.
day pass for all 3 days. I'm not sure how that one is working.
Yeah, I think now they actually have 1 day tickets as well. They do actually have 1 day
Okay.
tickets, single day tickets. Because currently it's in phase one. Apparently, with
Mm-hmm.
general access, they've already sold. Okay, because they don't actually have like a poster. It's more like a video. So I
Yeah, so
kind
that,
of have
yeah.
to. Yeah. Okay. So Friday it's 80% sold for general access and eighty
Nice.
percent sold for VIP, and then on Sunday I think it's 70% sold in general access,
Nice.
and I think it's 60% on VIP. I don't think day two tickets are out as yet because they haven't announced the lineup for day two.
Mm-hmm.
People are saying Kendrick. It might be Kendrick that is coming. I don't know. I'm hoping that it is
Someone will lose
Kendrick.
his mind if it's Kendrick. Someone I
Yeah.
know will lose his mind if it's Kendrick.
Well, I'm willing to go broke since it's December anyway. I'm willing to go broke this December if it is actually Kendrick. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I like with seeing at how the tickets have been sold already, it goes to show again, go see social
Yeah.
media is not a real place. Like
Not
a
a
lot
real
of people
place.
were complaining initially, and
Yeah.
in a way, you would say that you understand. And I understand where people are coming from because this is the first going
Hmm.
to be the first Hey Neighbor uh, festival.
Yeah.
Nobody knows anything about it. A lot of people don't know
Mm.
the organizer as well, but it's organized by Glenn 21. But apparently, Glenn, he's the one who initially brought Kendrick to the country, if I'm not mistaken,
I
with
had to say,
the
yeah, it's not the
with the
first time I'm
Castle Light,
hearing of
yeah,
him.
with the Castle Light thing, and he's
Mm.
also brought J. Cole. So he's been actually, it's got some serious skin in the game. So it's not someone new that is actually doing this thing. It's just the
Yeah.
concept or the concept uh, that is basically new. But and also looking at the price of the tickets, people are actually a bit skeptical, but also at the same time,
Mm.
the tickets are getting sold. It's only social media people who are skeptical, really. But people in real
Yeah.
life outside, they are actually buying the tickets, and still like a long way
Mm.
away from December. And I'm excited to see this concert, and I hope it goes well. I hope they do actually bring the people that they say they are bringing, and that
Hmm.
everything goes as well as they want it to go because I believe that we actually need this kind of concepts in the country,
We do.
where you bring people who are actually still properly in the game. And for 3 days, because I was looking at the lineup on Friday. Oh yeah,
Hmm.
on day one, on the Friday, it's going to be the Chainsmokers and Khaled.
Hmm.
And then on day three is Swedish House Mafia as well as Her. I don't know, am I saying it
Hmm.
right by saying Her or is it Her?
I also, I also call her. I'm not gonna lie. I don't say the EHR. I can't. Who are listening to it now? I say her. And I've never heard
Yeah,
anyone say EHR. Literally, everyone says her.
yeah,
You know,
okay,
with Caesar, it's better because you've heard people pronounce her name. You know,
yeah,
but with her, it's like, and we've never heard her say her own name. Maybe it's just
name,
me. So I'm just like, let's just read it. Say the
yeah.
way we read it. So I'm just like,
Yeah, but yeah, she'll be performing also
hmm.
on day three, and I'm hoping actually that we can get someone from Glen 21,
Yeah,
that we can speak to, so we
yeah.
can actually have a proper idea of where this whole thing comes
What's
from, why
going
they're
on?
doing it, yeah, and if there's going to be another one next year, and maybe also get a
Mm.
status on how far at the time that they'll be in setting the tickets. But genuinely, personally, I am excited about
Yeah.
this thing. I don't know if I'll actually be there, but either way, I am excited about it.
People are very finicky right now, skeptical regarding the prices now,
Yeah,
which is valid. Remember that event, Rabani, that was supposed to happen but didn't happen. They put
Jaru
like they
Fire
were
Festival.
yes, fast
Oh
festival.
yeah,
So I feel like social media people are still skeptical because of that, that
yeah,
particular experience. Like we don't want to be spending money and go to an event that number one doesn't have sponsors yet, you
yeah,
know? So like how is it going to work? But then you also look at on the side of the organizers, you're like that's the reason why the prices are as high.
right,
We don't
yeah,
have the sponsors, you know?
yeah,
So we need to cover all these people that we're booking.
yeah,
It's easier to because when you have sponsors, it's easier to say, okay, it's 500 rand. You
mm,
understand? But when you don't, everything needs to come from you. So you're going
yeah,
to try and match that up. So in this situation, you understand where everyone is coming from. The economy is rough. So people are like, why am I paying 4K just to see someone perform? You know?
yeah,
But these ones are also saying the economy is rough. That's why we're charging you 4K. So I really understand where everyone's coming from. But I really like to see things becoming success. So I really like to see Hey Neighbour becoming a success
yeah,
and have it reach the like literally the levels of your bushfires, your Bacardis, and grow bigger. I really like seeing such things happen locally.
Yeah, but I feel like they probably might have gotten sponsors already, especially seeing with the number of tickets they've sold, and also
So
the
yeah,
artists that they have. Because I understand with events, it's not easy to get sponsors the first time
yeah.
around. Even
Especially
if
the
you
first,
actually,
exactly. Yeah,
yeah, even if you do actually have done events before, but if you're changing the
yeah,
concept from what you usually do, then
yeah.
sponsors will be skeptical, Nyana, until you
Skeptical.
actually put in your own money
Prove yourself.
into
Yeah,
it. Yeah, so hopefully they do get the sponsors, they sell all the tickets, and next year it will be much cheaper than what it is today. But also
yeah.
going back to Fire Festival, I don't know if you actually saw the documentary on Netflix.
I did. I was traumatized on their behalf. I think for me, what traumatized me more than anything is two things: the sleeping
Yeah.
arrangements and the food. There is no way. There is. I'm still not fine. I really no, guys. I'm still not. I'm still not happy. People experience that is trauma. I feel like that will put you off attending an event for years because you really
Yeah,
don't know what you're going to get. You're going to
yeah,
be traumatized. The sleeping arrangements, these people were promised 4 or 5 star. They got there, they didn't even get a single star. They literally got -1, you know? So everything was just, I wasn't impressed. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, and no, actually, it upsets me a
Mm.
bit because the main
Yeah,
guy, I forget what his name is that he's actually very good. He's very brilliant in bringing in sponsorships. He's very brilliant in bringing people on board. Was brilliant in bringing people on board with this whole thing. The first thing
yeah,
that he had to do is shut his mouth about who used to own the island, because apparently it used to belong to Pablo Escobar.
exactly.
And the guy who owns it or who owned it at the time told him specifically, do not say that this was a Pablo Escobar island. And he went out and said it. So they got kicked out from that. But other than that, I believe that other than that, they would have been able to make the whole thing work properly
Yeah,
if he had just shut his mouth. If
yes,
he had just worked with people properly, if he did if he wasn't a scammer, basically,
yes,
because that's what he is. He is a scammer,
essentially,
and
yeah,
and he had a very good concept going on, but unfortunately, uh, because of his scamming ways, it fell flat. But yeah,
yeah,
anyway, I feel like Hey Neighbor is way far from that. Especially
mm,
because Glenn already is someone who has some skin in the game.
mm-hmm.
People know him. So yeah,
Yeah,
I believe that this is a, a far cry from what Fire Festival was. But yeah, anyway, there's something that I wanted to talk about as well, because this actually happened, and we haven't had an episode since
mm-hmm.
before this happened. Is Inkabizez released an album?
Mm-hmm.
What was it called? Ukhamba.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
Ukhamba.
it's a camper, yeah.
Uh, Ukhamba, sorry. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
called Ukhamba. I don't know. Have you listened to it? Of course you have. You're a big Zulu.
Not this guy. Not you, hey, not you. I'm a big Java and Big Zulu fan, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna pretend.
Yeah,
I am a huge fan. I have listened to it, and I think for me, I'm very big on intros. I'm very
yeah,
big on intros because for me, it determines if we're going bamba now or you're gonna lose me a bit.
yeah,
Yes, there are intros that have been planned and throughout the album, like actually I'm surprised. But if there's one thing they did here, they got it right.
yeah,
They got
definitely.
the intro right because and they're not even saying much on the intro. I think they literally saying two things over and over again, like 2 lines each, or like over and over again. But
Yeah,
then the production, man, I'm obsessed. Like the production of the song is amazing. The ad libs, like the whole, when there's like
it's a
multiple
beautifully
people
put
singing
album.
besides
Yeah,
the two of them, and I find it so amazing.
yeah,
Exactly. Then also the next song, I think Ikaela, if I'm not mistaken, that's I think for me it's like my favorite song on the album. It speaks so much. Like
yeah,
I feel like all the songs on the album have like their storytelling songs, right? They
Yeah.
mean a lot. There's like a lot from where they came from. Tando Lunge is a beautiful song. Mamba, they're all beautiful, but for me personally, I feel like Ikala, and people would think you like a song because you relate, but at times it's not even about that. It's how beautiful the storytelling is.
Yeah.
And for me, it's that thing. They speak so much about just appreciate where you're from. It might not have been rosy. It might not have been what you wanted it to be. But then, Lekaya wena onyeza ngalo is usually what people are praying and hoping for.
Mm.
Lekaya wena ungasiphengi ngalo is what someone else is just asking God for, you know? And
Yeah.
it makes you appreciate the little things in life. So for me, I was like, yeah, no, I love the song. I love the album. I like the song. I love how like put together it is. And I also like the roll up to the album, like how they did it. You
Yeah.
know, I think there's so much for me. I'm very authentic in a lot of things, like the way I speak, the way I move, the way I act. And I appreciate people who are as authentic. And I tend to relate a lot to that. So in them pushing the album, they didn't try and go out of their way. They did what they usually do with their own albums.
Yeah.
This is the
And
person that I am. Whoever's for me is gonna be for me. Whoever isn't is gonna catch on, or they might not, and that's okay.
yeah. And they actually say, I believe they say that even though, I mean, Brentwood is very, very expensive to cover, but I feel like they saved quite a lot of money on the wardrobe because they actually bought two of the same.
Yeah.
They're both they're both wearing the same stuff throughout the rollout of the album, which was actually great. And this actually reminded me, the album reminded me of the conversation that we had about Big Zulu, especially when we were talking
Mhm.
about Ikhwane Lenyong, that he's this big guy with this huge voice, Mzulu Paka,
Yeah.
but with his lyrics, with his
Soft.
words, yeah, he's a very soft guy, and we actually see that once again throughout the entire album.
Yeah.
For me, like a song that I've been playing over and over again, is Siyabonga because I'm still playing it. It is
Mm.
such a beautiful song, more
Yeah.
particularly the hook.
Mhm.
Java just he went to a
Oh,
different level on there because you can
yeah.
tell Guti Guti Vele he is being grateful. He is thanking God for all these things. He is
Yeah.
thanking God for his family. He's thanking God for his parents. Asking for
Mm.
blessings for his hustle and all those things.
Yeah.
And I think it's the one song on the album that really really speaks to me because I'm also currently in a place where I'm so grateful for everything that is
Yeah.
happening, everything that is around me,
Yeah.
and everyone that is around me. And so, I mean, overall, it is a great album, exactly what you would expect
Yeah.
from Java and Big Zulu to give you an incredible album. You don't know exactly what you're going to get from them, all you know,
Yeah.
see, you
True.
go to get you go to get a great album, and I love it, and I love these guys for that.
No, honestly, I feel like I never want to say people are underrated, right?
Yeah,
But there's something about Olugas Java guys that is just so crazy, and most people don't pay attention. And I think it's not about paying attention. No? One thing I realized, because as much as I'm Zulu, I'm not Zulu was KZN,
yeah,
So his Zulu song is not as deep as this. So there are times where I pick up on lyrics and stuff. After a while, I'm like, shucks, that's what they mean.
yeah,
Understand? And for me, it's a thing of I'm not the only one then who goes through this. And not just me, there's also people who are just being like, okay, listen to the song, the beat is nice, it's funny, or it's fun, or it gets people moving.
yeah,
But then I don't give it much time or energy because I don't understand. So it makes people be like, I don't really enjoy much of that because I don't understand. But then the minute you do, you're like, these guys are geniuses. Like they're really amazing with the wordplay. They low key remind me of, how I always speak about wordplay Questa. Questa's wordplay
yeah,
is amazing. And when you listen to the storytelling of these two, you're like, okay, actually, these people are amazing with words.
yeah,
And I think at times you also hear it when they not just listen to the album, when you hear them do like a live set and they press on the words or they press on the wordplay. Like,
yeah,
oh, actually, that's what she meant. Then you get it. It's just like give it time, like give people the chance.
yeah, yeah. It's like I love these guys so much. And again, we kind of tend to think about great musicians as people who speak a certain way, who grew up a certain
Yeah,
way, probably who got somewhat of a good education. You never think Banbasa Begville will come out and
hmm,
be so musical. And
yeah,
you wonder, where did they get this ear that they have?
yeah,
Where do the music that they write come from? And it shows, music is universal. And if it's either within you or it isn't, doesn't matter where you come
yeah,
from. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what your experiences are. If you're musical, you are musical, and if you
hmm,
love what you're doing, and you're genuine about this music, then it
yeah.
is going to show, just like it shows with Uschava na Big Zoo.
Literally. And I feel like remember when I was saying earlier, just doing authentic. And when you speak about how music is universal,
Yeah.
remember, excuse me, Ingomagam, I think it's La Bianca people, the one that's been trending on social media. I've been
Uh,
drinking more alcohol for the past 5 days. Did you check on me? It just trends a lot online. I think she's
nah,
from,
I don't think I've seen that one.
I forgot, I'll send it through to you. But then, so she has that song, right? And you know how you can do a duo or on like on each
Oh yeah,
song.
yeah, yeah.
So she opened that up, right? I forgot to call it when yeah, that thing. So she opened that up and asked people to complete the song. And Ngobiazo jumped on it and he did it in vernac.
Oh
When I
yeah,
say that out of all those remixes, if I can call them that, everyone is obsessed with that one. Mind you, people from other places outside of South Africa, they don't understand a single thing Ngobiazo is saying, but
yeah,
everyone is saying this is the one. If you want to do a remix, there's already remixes. Like I think I saw four on Spotify.
yeah,
But everyone is saying if you really want to do another remix, and if you want your song to go bigger, go with this one here. People don't even understand what he's saying, but the melodies. You know how great Nobiazo is with the melodies. He's amazing.
yeah,
So the way it flows and it speaks to how beautiful the entire thing, like literally how music is. And that's for me, that's the thing I believe in. I feel like music is something you feel within your veins.
yeah.
When you say inject me, guys, I got a tattoo of a cassette and music sound. I'm just like, inject that thing within me. Headphones are not enough.
Yeah.
That's how much I love music. Like I'm like, headphones are not enough. Inject me. So I got a tattoo of a cassette and not even a CD, cassette.
Cassette, yeah.
You understand a cassette and music and musical notes because I'm just like that's how I feel about music. It's it's speaking to me spiritual.
Yeah,
And when you say music is universal, that's what we're talking about. There are Canadian songs that don't understand a single word of.
yeah,
There are Nigerian songs that don't get like literally, and I'm just like, that's my favorite song because that's the power of music.
yeah. And that reminds me actually of two things. Firstly, um, the song Ubabulala Nam, um,
Oh,
Royce the 59 actually shared it on Instagram. I think it was
yeah.
sometime last year, whatever. But it was being sung by this young girl. I think she's in high school. I don't know if you remember that
I,
video.
yeah. I think
Um,
even Chris Brown did when he was amazed by the soul voice.
yeah, I think Chris Brown
Yeah.
also shared it as well. And it's one of the things because these guys they do not know what this girl is saying, but
Mm-hmm.
because of how well she's singing it and how beautiful her
Yeah.
voice is, they just love the music. Even though the song itself, the message in the song is not great,
Mm-hmm.
it is definitely not great,
Yeah.
but the way that she does it, the way that she sings it, it's just beautiful. And secondly, uh, earlier this year came a song by Ja Praiser. There's a song called Nyerezi. It's so beautiful. It is
I know
so
that song.
beautiful.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. Yeah.
I actually had to look up the lyrics for it, to so that I can understand what he's saying.
Understand?
And
Yeah,
it's such a beautiful song, man. It's, again, what we're saying, that sometimes you don't necessarily have to understand what is being said,
yeah,
but the music just hits you. You just understand, even though it's a good thing to actually understand what people are
yeah,
saying in their music, because sometimes people say nothing at all. It's
yeah,
just that they put together a nice melody.
yeah,
Sometimes they actually say everything that you stand against.
yeah,
So it's absolutely important to fully understand what a song is saying, so that you can better appreciate it, or you can
yeah.
say, "Was actually this is." I know that I didn't understand this before, but
Mm-hmm.
I never want to hear this song again.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
it's just
True,
one of those
true.
things.
When you speak about Babulala Namne, I always feel so guilty for liking that song because it's painful.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I don't think, as the song speaks, like
yeah,
everyone came through on that song. Ozama came through. I'm just like the poetry behind it. I don't like liking that song because I feel like, why
yeah,
am I liking a song that's so painful? But then the way it speaks to a lot of things that are happening in this country and globally,
mm,
I just can't help but also appreciate how well it was put together.
yeah,
Like I feel so guilty when I listen to. I'm like, you shouldn't be listening to the song because it hurts. But when you listen to how people are speaking, it's just like I have to. I just have to appreciate the artistry behind everything.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's just one of those things, man. It's just one of those things. Like, because with me as well, like, I like the melody, I like the way that it is done, but the message itself is just not. Even though it's actually a reality, it's
It
something
is.
that people are
You
going
don't want
through.
to consume, like you don't want to
Yeah,
consume on a normal Monday. You understand? But
yeah.
you end up playing the song either way.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just one of those things. But then again, just to go back to Java and Big Zulu with Ukhamba, I'm just going to say this just one last time, that that album is beautiful. If you haven't listened to it as yet, do yourself a favor and go and listen to it. I think the most fun that you would hear Big Zulu on the album is in the intro, with his chants. That's when he's actually
Yeah,
having the most fun, just playing around. Now, but throughout the album is just it's just being Big Zulu, just being Big
yeah.
Zulu, doing his thing, and is doing it brilliantly, and I love it so much.
Like I just went to my Spotify and you usually wouldn't believe this. I was playing the intro when I took the car to the car wash earlier,
Yeah,
and that's the last song I listened to today actually because I came back and I worked.
yeah,
So it's just like I really, really, and the thing is, I feel like he's so fun because that's him, you know.
yeah,
Before the rapping, before everything, he's very like at heart he's very traditional. He's a
yeah,
Maskandi kid, and that's what he grew up on. And you can hear it even with Ustava, the way they are just enjoying. I don't know if you saw. There's a video. If I go Ubafana Mthembu, I think. Yeah, he's some guys like he's into fashion on social media. So he was
yeah,
at the listening part event the night before, and it's on TikTok. So they listening to the intro, right? And everything else, every other song was enjoyed. But the intro, I think they played the intro 3 or 4 times because they had their listening event at Spit, as they
yeah,
should, there by Sentence City. And the way they were jamming the intro, the Bakia is Sentence City. They were literally Bakia and Basina and everything. Things that you never thought could happen. Like, who would you find Basina is Sentence City? But that's what
now,
they were doing.
yeah, yeah, and actually,
People were literally in their zone.
yeah, and actually, this reminds me, because I think if when I actually do have an opportunity to speak with either Java or Big Zulu, wherever, I want to actually ask them to, so that I can have the vocals of the intro, because I actually want to, I want to use particularly Big Zulu's vocals, for one of my sets. Maybe create some sort of, what do you call it? I forget what it's called. Sort of like an ID type thing.
The tagline, sort of like.
Yeah, tagline. Yeah, for yeah. I
I
want
would
to
lose my
use that.
mind every time I hear your steps. I would lose
Yeah.
it. If I can't, like, I'm just like, you had me at hello. Basically, you had
Nah.
me at the intro.
Yeah, but yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get that. And it's actually another thing I really don't like much about South African musicians is that we no longer are able to. Actually, I don't think we've ever had this where we're able to get purely vocals or and purely just the instrumentals to an album. I can't think of anyone that's actually ever done that. It would actually be nice, especially right now with the whole streaming platform thing.
Yeah,
It would be nice to have that. But yeah, we'll see.
yeah.
Hopefully, I'll be able to get it.
And now while we're on them, actually, they're having a intervention tour. I think it's starting. I could be wrong. What month is this? May, around June, July. I think
Yeah,
I only noticed I pay attention to the dates in Gauteng because I know there's a one in Pretoria and there's one in Carnival City as well.
yeah,
So I'm actually looking forward to that. I'm at a point where when you just realize that life is too short. I'm at a point where I'm going to go to a concert of people that I truly enjoy by
yeah,
myself. Even the one that Ushaba had for Eastwood tour by Cradle Moon, is a Cradle Moon. I was so fast to go, but then I felt sick that week. Like I was raped and I had to go to hospital. So I couldn't go. But I was literally going to go. I was going to drive to Cradle Moon the entire 1 hour drive. I was going to do it by myself. So I
yeah.
was like, I'm going to support people I genuinely enjoy. You know, who's coming with me? I'm not interested. If
Doesn't
I
really
want to go,
matter.
I'm going. And I feel like that's me. I don't care, honestly. That's me, and I think I'm gonna be going Carnival City for that because Pretoria is too far. Carnival City is closer.
Yeah,
Who's joining me? Oh, it's not handy.
yeah.
And that's the I'm just enjoying music like that. If I want to support you, I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, and it's actually I actually like that. I like that a lot because when I think about it, like you think about AKA's passing, I only was able to see AKA once in my life, and he blew my
Yeah,
mind.
yeah,
It blew my mind seeing him on stage, doing what he did. And now that I actually think about it, the way that you
hey,
say it
now I think about it,
is
that
that.
performance, guys. Like you don't want to say a person new, and when you think about that performance he gave us back to the city.
Like it
Like
was
I'm just thinking
amazing.
back now. I'm like, no man, that thing was
Yeah.
perfect.
It was absolutely amazing. And I don't know how many people ever who have gotten on the Back to the City stage who have had the honor of being taken off stage by Osmic. Because that's what happened with AKA. Osmic picked
Yeah.
him up in his Rolls Royce and then
Mhm.
they drove off the stage together. But yeah, it's now that I actually think about it, it's kind of like a very nice farewell. Like, dude, you gave us the
Yeah.
best performance you've ever given us at Back to the City,
Yeah.
and thank you very much. It's never going to happen again, even though never really did it.
Yeah.
Nobody knew at the time,
Knew
but
then. Yeah.
yeah, it just happened.
And when you
Um,
think about it, there's someone who came to back to the city by themselves just to see
just to see
AKA.
him, yeah,
Now imagine if that person didn't go because their friends couldn't go. Right now they'd be beating themselves up. Like I missed seeing AKA perform for the last time
yeah, yeah,
because Osman Bane couldn't go with me. So I'm just at a point where put your emotions first. If you wanna go see someone perform, do it. Even if you're going alone, do it. It's fine.
yeah, and that's very true. Like nothing is stopping you. It's just like going to a restaurant. Like it's okay to go to a restaurant and have lunch by
Okay.
yourself, have your favorite meal at your favorite restaurant by yourself. You don't have to wait
Yeah.
for anyone. Same as a concert, like because at the end of the day, it is just you watching. It's not like you're going to be having a conversation about this while you're
Conversating
watching.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just going to be enjoying the performance. You're going to be enjoying whatever
Mm-hmm.
it is that you're seeing. So even if it means you go alone, it's fine. Because at the end of the day, it is only
Mm-hmm.
you who's going to have the memory. Now, whoever's not there is not there, it's fine. that memory is going to live with you. That experience is going to live with you, and that's also very cool. But yeah, anyway, I want to know: have you actually been listening to anything else recently? Anything new?
Not anything new. No, I have this thing of going back to music now,
Yeah.
and I'm in my Russell Zuma space. I'm
Okay.
obsessed. That's all I'm listening. It's so crazy because even when I was first introduced to him and I first heard his EP and stuff, I was
Yeah.
listening to it, right? But I don't think I appreciate it as much as I am right now.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. Like also, I'm a very huge fan of soulful piano, even like soulful house. So I enjoy your Coco essays a lot, because
Yeah.
I feel like everything is loud these days. I don't know what's going on with me, but everything is loud. And it's so crazy because I think with this OKO did something weird this on Friday, which made me mad, but I don't get mad easily, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Did I not look for that song with him and Dos Manelisi? I looked for the song. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, what's going on? After a while, I decided to play the album. Did I not hear the song on the album? I'm like, did this guy just add the song with Dos, a new song, on an old album, and he didn't say anything about it? I'm like, oh, maybe he did say it. I'm just not on Twitter. Maybe I'm the one who missed it. But I wasn't happy on Friday. I really wasn't happy. But it's okay. I forgive him because I love him and I love Dot and what they did and that song is magic.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you heard the song, but
I actually haven't heard it as yet.
oof.
But I see everyone is going crazy about it. Like, yeah, everyone is just going crazy about it. I've been meaning to actually listen to it, but I haven't had the opportunity as yet.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'll actually
And
listen to it.
there are people who be like, yeah.
Yeah, what's that?
No, I was saying there are people who like a person is no, I was saying there are people who will be like a person is just rapping fast, right? But
Yeah,
then what they're saying is not making sense. Guys, those two are flying on that song. But if you listen, there's no way. I'm just like, there is
yeah,
no way. And yes, I hear people are saying Tosa's verse, Tosa's verse. I love what Oscar. I enjoy Tosa's music, right?
yeah,
Okay, oh guys. Another thing about KO, that's the thing, he does this to me all the time. Like I'm a KO stan. Like in this house, we listen to KO.
yeah,
The way he came in after with us, short and sweet. I was like, yo, okay. I love the song. And you know what's crazier? I literally, there are people do a whole premiere or whatever a few days before the thing drops. I heard
yeah.
the thing on Thursday night around 8 p.m. They're like dropping tomorrow. I'm like, there's no way. I played that TikTok probably 10 times and I was just in awe. I'm just like, there's no way. I was just in awe because they both so good on the song. I'm like, this is what I want. I like people who make me enjoy spending my heart and money paying for music streaming platforms.
Yeah.
I like it when people do that.
Yeah, and and funny enough that you say that. When I was with Lendros on Thursday, he mentioned that he was actually shooting a video on Saturday. He was meant to shoot a
Mm-hmm.
video this past Saturday, and he wanted to. I don't know because I haven't checked today. I don't know if he has actually released the videos yet because his plan was on Saturday he
Mm-hmm.
shoots the video like he's got some kids and everything around as part of the video, and then on Sunday he does the editing, and then Monday, which is today, he actually releases it. So I still
Mm-hmm.
need to check if he actually released the video, and he did.
With that.
I don't know if he did mention which song it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or if I actually forgot or missed it. But yeah, I'll have to check it out and see if he's actually released anything.
Honestly, I love it when people put in the work. I
Yeah,
genuinely love it. Like respecting your craft for me is the biggest thing ever. And I feel like that's what KO is doing. And I feel like that's what Utos is doing as well. I haven't seen anything off Utos.
yeah,
I really like to believe that he has a solid head, you know.
Mm.
like on him, he has a lot of solid people around him as well.
Yeah.
Because it would be a waste to see such like it would be painful to see such talent going to waste, you know.
Yeah.
So from what I've seen in the past year or so, he's keeping a cool head. He's loved by the ladies, loved by the gents because of how good he raps or how much of a great person it is. And I just hope it doesn't lose that, you know. Continue being amazing, continue giving us the work,
Yeah. I
continue
doubt.
pushing as hard as you were before you made it.
Yeah.
That for me
I
is the
doubt
biggest
it.
thing.
I doubt it actually lose anything as yet. Because how long has it been now? That is since his first hit, since his debut song. I think it's been like
I think in
2
a
years or
year,
something. Was
yeah,
it last
around
year?
the year. I don't even know.
Uh,
The time flies in that bag. I don't even know. I
yeah,
remember it
that's
was
the thing.
cold last year winter when he was performing without a t-shirt.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's probably fetching 2 years now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably like let's say a year and a half, just to be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people when he released that single, people just thought because he's one of those Mapiano guys who's come in with a hit song and a
And
dance move,
then
and
dipping.
then it's going to
Yeah.
be done. But he is showing that longevity, that, or rather, he's showing that pace that people who stay around for a long time normally have.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's only been a year and a half, and
Mhm.
being solid enough to work with guys like KO already, and doing all these things, being everywhere. I think it's going to
Yeah.
be around for a long time. Only God now, only him and God will decide, Pussy.
And the
It's
hard
done.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, it just has to uh, I don't know, keep his discipline. I don't know him well enough. I don't know what he does. Um,
Hmm.
anything. I don't know if he does anything that will actually might jeopardize his career. But so far, as long as he stays disciplined, he will be around for a long time, I believe.
Same. I think it's in the UK right now. It could be posting old videos, but I think I saw him. I think they performing because I don't know if there's a whole I'm a piano to the world tour situation. So
Yeah,
some are in the UK, some are in the US. I think Devon Gogo is in the US as well. So I love seeing what's happening with Amapiano.
yeah,
I'm supporting the movement. I really like seeing Amapiano to the world. I like seeing people eat, man. The hard work. So I'm
yeah,
supporting everything about it. I'm happy about it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, good luck to them, and hopefully,
True.
the money that they make, because the music industry is very tough. It can be very, very tough on individuals. So Amapiano can stay a long time, but as an individual, whether or not you stay a long time is a different story altogether. So hopefully, all these
Yeah.
opportunities that they're getting, they're putting them to good use and using their
Good use.
money
Yeah.
responsibly. Yeah, but anyway, we are almost out of time because it's almost 9 p.m. I don't know if you have anything else that you want to talk about.
I just wanna go back to what you call. Yeah, I was speaking about Abu Zulu earlier. I don't know if you
Yeah,
watched them in the Metro FM Awards.
I actually haven't
You
watched it
know,
as yet.
really,
Yeah,
no, guys, me when I say I don't like leaving my house, I'm always home. So I was like, what can I watch on TV? Because I don't even watch TV. I'm always on TikTok. So I was like, let me just watch TV. Let me bond with my family. You know.
yeah,
So my mom was watching my awards, and I'm like, let me watch. So I watched, and I was so for me, when you just become emotional about someone's success who doesn't even know you like that, like
yeah,
I have no reason to become emotional about a success like Big Zulu, right? But
mm,
seeing how much of his hard work is paying off right now, it's amazing. This guy went from him trying to make it Ali one,
yeah,
to him having people under him in the stable, not just one, not just two, but having an entire group, a family of musicians.
it's got an
Always
entire
amazing,
load in a quantum with him.
Exactly, literally. Always amazing. Sia is amazing. I'm just like, you have an in-house producer. You have
Yeah,
a vocalists who are all amazing. You have rappers. You have a whole studio. You have transportation for this. You're not always renting a car because for me that's very important. You're not
yeah,
always renting a car when you guys need to go perform. you got that sorted out. So not only are you part of music, but you're also business minded.
Mm.
And
Mm.
it's so beautiful to watch that he has his own stable.
Yeah.
Ingabi Records is a big thing right now. And it all starts from him having a dream, believing that he'll make it. I think he's 35, 36 or something this year, could be older. And for him
Yeah.
to start blowing up so not necessarily late in his career, but when you look at other people quite late and still seeing how it's possible, it leaves a realistic taste in the mouth. It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, it is. And I really believe that for someone like Big Zulu to make it, um, let me say, to make it this late in his career, it might have been very good for him. It might have been
Mm.
something that is good for him because had he made it
Yes,
sooner, like in
true,
his 20s or
true.
whatever, he might have probably died out. His career might have died out or phased out much earlier,
Yeah,
and probably wouldn't have
yeah.
the impact that he has now, and wouldn't have
No, yeah,
achieved the things that he has achieved now. So for him, it was probably God
yeah,
was probably just preserving him or rather keeping him on the
mm,
sidelines so that he can
yeah,
bring in the people that he has working for him and with
yeah,
him at this moment. So it is a beautiful thing to see someone like Big Zulu being
yeah,
where he is today and doing what he does.
yeah. So for me, it's just a matter of saying hard work, man, hard work, determination, dedication, and just persevering. At
Yeah,
the end of it all, it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but God's delay is not his denial. He's just
yeah,
saying not yet. It's not a no, it's a not yet.
yeah. It
So
will
I feel like
definitely
if there's
happen at
one thing
some
I
point.
just, yeah. So if there's one thing I always just like not just leave people with, but even as a reminder to myself, because I'd like to, I'm a person who's not only a self starter, but I motivate myself a lot.
Yeah,
And when things don't happen at the time that I want them to happen, I always believe there's a reason for that. There's a
yeah.
reason for that. It's not a denial, it's just a delay.
The delay.
God
Yeah,
saying, not yet. I just have something better in store for you.
yeah. Yeah, and with that, I don't have anything else to add, besides the fact that we are out of time. But that was such, those are such very beautiful words, and I do not want to mess anything up, Jed. But unfortunately, we have to go. Thank you very much, Z,
Yeah,
for being with
thank
us
you.
again today. This is your home. I don't know why I'm thanking you for being with us today because you are expected to be here. But
you know?
yeah, thank you very much, and also thank you to you for watching. Make sure that you haven't
Yeah,
subscribed as yet. Please subscribe to the channel. Like, share, comments, do everything. Let people know that the oracles
yeah,
are here. But until next week, have a beautiful one. We will see you again next week. Cheers.
definitely.